Hello, my name is Sasha Stratus, and I'm here to do my oral presentation on lower extremity prosthetics for the class PTA 251. So I'm going to discuss some history, statistics, and the different types of prosthetics. Here's a quick little shot of all the types of prosthetics we went through in history. First started with the stick to help move around when you didn't have a limb, and then we went to a peg type prosthetic, which was what pirates used to wear, and then we went to a more advanced prosthetic with a bendable knee, and then finally we're here where we can make prosthetics look more realistic than before. So some history is the Egyptians were the first pioneers of prosthetics. They created prosthetics made out of fiber. Iron was used until the 1500s, and then a locksmith named Lorraine, who was from France, first used leather, paper, and glue. And before that, most of the prosthetics were made out of bronze and iron, and some made out of wood, and they were very heavy. They were very heavy, and they were hard to move around with. And in 1868, Gustav Hermann made the first aluminum instead of steel prosthetic, and it became more functional. And in the past, prosthetics were not as much for function as they were for the feeling of wholeness. This is the first prosthetic ever found. It is a toe that was found in an Egyptian mummy, and it was estimated to be from the year 300 BC. Moving on to modern times. This is just a quick paragraph on what we've already heard with our hanger presentation. This talks about the U.S. Civil War veteran James Hanger. He was the one that started the first hanger limb, and then he started his company. He was accompanied by Selfo, Palmer, and A.A. Marks, and they helped transform and advance the prosthetics field with their refinement and mechanisms and materials of the devices of the time. Some statistics that are interesting about lower extremity prosthetics is there are nearly 2 million people living with limb loss in the United States. Among those living with limb loss, the main causes are vascular disease like diabetes, and the second main cause is trauma, and then finally the third cause is cancer. Approximately 185,000 amputations occur in the United States each year. In 2009, hospital costs associated with amputations was about $8.3 billion. Some more statistics is nearly half of the individuals who have the amputation due to vascular disease such as diabetes will die within 5 years, and that is higher than the mortality rate of certain cancers like breast cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer. Of people with diabetes and that have specifically lower extremity amputations, those people will most likely have to have another amputation to the other leg in 2 to 3 years. Here are the different types of lower extremity prosthetics. Lower extremity amputations, I'm sorry. We have the hip, which is the hemipelvectomy, which is called transpelvic. Then we have the hip disarticulation, the above the knee amputation or transfemoral, the through the knee amputation, below the knee amputation, transtibial, ankle disarticulation, or partial foot amputation. Now, post-op, after the amputee is finished with the surgery, they are put into compression socks and shrinkers to help shape the limb and decrease edema to help shape them better into their prosthetics. After the above the knee prosthetics, let's see. There we go. The above the knee prosthetics, the first one that they're fitted in is a rudimentary sort of prosthetic. It has a strap to go onto the pelvis and a basic leg. The secondary prosthetic, which is called a definitive prosthetic, it has all the bells and whistles, and it has a microprocessor knee, which can be configured with a phone if the person so desires to have something that advanced. Most people just choose a regular prosthetic without all the technology. Below the knee prosthetics, the temporary one is right here. It is more basic, and whereas the permanent one is more customized. Now here's some cool ones. Now, I like this one. It's really interesting. Basically, if you can imagine it, they can make it. So if you want a cool prosthetic made just for you, they can do that now, and it can increase the quality of your life. And there's no size too small. They have little kid prosthetics as well. Good. And sources. All right, thank you very much for listening. Have a great day.